Hello YouTube. Bane666 here. I just came across a video called F.I.S.T. NYC Conference, Comrade Rain on the Necessity of Feminism. I have to be honest here. I did not even make it halfway through before knowing that I had to do a video on it. So there is a very good chance there will be a part 2 in the future. Anyway, let's jump right in.
Hey, so I'm actually going to be talking about feminism with you guys today.
Oh joy, I am excited. Can you tell?
I love you some feminism. Don't we all?
No, we do not.
So I know there's a lot of facets to it. It's a very broad topic, so I'm going to talk about one particular aspect of it, which is the mental conditioning against feminism.
The mental conditioning against feminism? Oh, I see. Because individuals could not have gathered info, assessed that info, and have come to the logical conclusion that feminism is a shambles of lies and hate. No, must be brainwashing. Go on.
Just a quick show of hands. Can I ask how many guys here have been called a pussy in their life?
Hands up all you guys who have ever been called a dick, or dickhead, knob, bell end, cockhead, a prick, a tool, a wanker, just to name a few. Come to think of it, I think I have been called just about all those things at one time or another by feminists.
Have been told to man the hell up. Have been told to stop acting like a girl. Like girl is being a derogatory term.
I guess no one told that to these guys.
We feel deep love, great respect, and a growing sense of worship for the gifts of the feminine. We also feel deep sorrow about the destructive actions of the unconscious masculine in the past and present.
We want to apologize and make amends for those actions today, so that we can move forward together into a new era of co-creation.
It seems to me that there is a growing number of men who see masculinity as nothing but negative, and femininity as nothing but positive. And let's not forget this.
Well, now there are millions of parents and grandparents in this country who may be reluctant to show their children affection in public for fear they'll be labelled a dirty old man. Some of these innocent men have been questioned, even detained by police while going about their parental duties. As James Thomas reports, it highlights a growing trend where all men are considered potential predators.
So society sees all men as potential sex offenders. But you think girl is a derogatory term? Okay, go on.
We're now in the year 2014, and 94 years have passed since we won our right to vote. 94 years. That's not a very long time. You know, if you think about it, women are now a large force in the workplace after bouts of war took men to fight for imperialist interests in the world wars, both 1 and 2, and since then. And women were actually left to labor in factories and in storefronts in the men's stead. You know, we actually had to step up and play double roles while men went away. But when men came back, we were told to leave. We were told to go back home, to bear children, to clean, to cook. I'd like to remind you, that's not an easy job.
Working in a coal mine, going down, down, down. Working in a coal mine, whoop, about to slip down. Working in a coal mine, going down, down, down. Working in a coal mine, whoop, about to slip down. 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm already up in.
Now, to be said, not even just within the homes, we're also a force to be reckoned with in terms of education, in terms of art, in terms of trade skills, in terms of sports. But this doesn't mean that we're actually respected on equal ground. If you think about it, NBA actually shows their games on TV. Has anyone watched a WNBA game?
Been to them, but you can't find them on TV.
I saw it once on the internet. Once. And it was actually so pathetic because I actually had to Google it. I had to search it out. It wasn't something that I can easily, have access to.
You know, I should not even have to point this out. Television stations are in the business of making money. If a sport is popular, they will buy the rights to televise it. If the sport is not popular, then they will not. This has nothing to do with discrimination, and everything to do with economics. If there was a big enough audience for female basketball, it would be televised.
For decades now, In a world that's ruled by patriarchy, women have been viewed to be the lesser gender because we are considered the childbearer, the chef, the maid, the sex robot, the punching bag, and
the sex robot? What can I say? I would give her a screw. Literally. You would have to be nuts to get married to her. Literally. Okay, back to the real comedy.
And, you know, it really hit me even harder when I remember reading about a law in South Carolina where a man could actually take a woman, drag them to the steps of a courthouse, and beat the shit out of her on Sundays.
In where?
South Carolina. I shit you not. I shit you not. And it doesn't even matter what the transgression is. He has full rights to beat his wife on 1 day a week, if you so choose. And it really struck a nerve, like, what the hell is going on in this country that you can still legally take your wife and beat her for whatever transgression you deem necessary?
Yeah, my bullshit alarm is going off, or is it the stupid siren? It's hard to tell sometimes.
Do you understand what that means? If you're in South Carolina right now, your male counterpart can drag you to a court steps and beat the shit out of you and leave you there, and nothing will happen to him. There's no criminal charges that happen after that.
People do realize that not everything they read on the internet is real, right? But okay, I should be fair and test her claim. So I did an internet search and found this mentioned on a handful of blogs and 2 websites. The blog seemed to have gotten it from one of these sites. One's called dumblaws.com, the other is stupidlaws.com. Their content seems to be the same, so let's look at stupidlaws.com. It clearly says down the bottom. Note that our laws are submitted by our users. Many of these are laws that were on the books decades or possibly centuries ago and have long since been repealed. Some are no doubt completely incorrect. So in other words, completely unreliable. But let's have a look at some of the laws they have under South Carolina.
You good. You're gonna like this.
So horses must wear pants, but not be kept in the bathtub. It makes perfect sense when you think about it. Hold on, I missed one.
Bitches ain't shit. Bitches ain't shit.
Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Lick on these nuts and suck the dick.
Oh. My. God. South Carolina. You should not be referring to women as bitches. But seriously folks, should we consider a handful of blogs and a website with user content, including the now famous horses must wear pants law, as good or reliable sources? Now I admit, I am not an expert on the law, nor have I ever been to South Carolina. So if anyone out there has a legitimate source for this law, please post a link in the comments section. But until that happens, I am calling bullshit. If I were to play devil's advocate, and entertain for a moment that this law is legit and still on the books, are we to believe that in South Carolina, every Sunday, men are dragging their helpless wives to the courthouse steps for a beating? Of course not. If this happened once, just once, there would be public outcry, the media would cover it non-stop for a month, and feminists would never stop talking about it. Yep, I have to call bullshit on this one.
And there are attacks on women with acid and other harmful chemicals, and actually on a global scale, because I've seen this happen at home, but also particularly in Asia, because they feel that the women should not be recognizable or desirable if they reject the man. Do you understand what that statement means? That means an ego decided that you can disfigure a woman. Your fucking ego got to choose whether or not she looks the way she's supposed to. So
her entire video only looks at one side of the story. She talks about the term girl being used as a put-down, yet ignores the negativity associated with males and masculinity, often by feminists themselves. She talks about how hard-working women are, without acknowledging that the majority of hard and dangerous work is still done by males, not to mention the majority of workplace deaths are still male. And now she talks about revenge attacks against women in a way that suggests it only happens to women.
Warning, warning. Big warning. Men out there? What did we put in the water for that? I don't know. Men out there, brace yourselves, because we're about to go there, because this woman, we're about to go there because this woman allegedly did. According to the Orange County DA's office, Catherine Q. Becker is accused of cutting off her husband's penis with a knife, taking his penis and throwing it into the garbage disposal. She's been charged with felony torture and aggravated mayhem. Police say Becker attacked him because he filed for divorce. She's being held. She goes, that'll teach him.
Both males and females are capable of committing horrendous crimes, and both males and females are capable of being victims. Of course, male victims are not always taken seriously. Anyway, that's it for part 1. If the rest of her speech is as interesting as the first half, you can look forward to me making a part 2 to this video.
same thing for movies. I'm sure you guys have seen that a lot of movies have male protagonists in them, right? How many female-led movies are there? Genuinely female. Not talking about supporting roles, not talking about being the love interest, none of that crap. Actually, just a female-led role. Barely any, right? And, right, how many female-led movies are there? Genuinely female. Not talking about supporting roles, not talking about being the love interest, none of that crap. Actually, just a female-led role. Barely any, right? And, right, how many female-led movies are there? Genuinely female. Not talking about supporting roles, not talking about being the love interest, none of that crap. Actually, just a female-led role. Barely any, right? And, right, how many female-led movies are there? Genuinely female. Not talking about supporting roles, not talking about being the love interest, none of that crap. Actually, just a female-led role. Barely any, right? And, right, how many female-led movies are there? Genuinely female. Not talking about supporting roles.